everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video today. You are here with your girl Rose, and I have here with me my little blue parrot Bucky. Now today we're going to be doing a react on episode 23 of Attack on Titan. Now just a quick recap with what happened in the last episode. We saw Captain Levi go beast mode and he alone defeated the female Titan. It was amazing. We saw his skills previously, but we'd never seen him fight against a sentient female Titan. And he took, like I said, he took her out all on his own, even though his whole entire squad weren't able to defeat her. We also saw Captain Levi, of course, save Eren instead of going after the female Titan. So we also saw that they were on their way back to Trost. We saw Captain Levi's squad's family preparing and excited to see their loved ones, and it was really sad because I guess obviously we know that they didn't all make it, and it really saddened me even more when we saw Petra's dad come up to Captain Levi and talk to him and ask him where his daughter was. And we also learned that Captain Levi had, I'm assuming, proposed to Petra. I didn't know that their relationship had gone to that level. I just thought they were interested in each other. So far, we hadn't seen much of the relationship to warrant me thinking that they were at that level. When I was re-editing these videos, I saw that he stopped a little bit longer at Petra's body, and it was also made known to me that he actually took Petra's Survey Corp badge or emblem. I just thought that he did that with all his soldiers, or especially his squad anyway. So when he said he took Ivan's badge, I just was like, okay, yeah, sure, he took Ivan's badge. But when it was made known to me that it was actually Petra's, it really saddened me, because the only time he looked back when they were escaping from the Titans coming at them was when Petra's body fell off the wagon, and they needed to use these bodies to delay the Titans. And then we saw that he gave Petra's Survey Corp emblem to Ivan's friend. It really saddened me. It really reminded me of Aragorn from Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, when Lord Elrond comes to see Aragorn and he says to Aragorn, "I give hope to men." And Aragorn says back to Lord Elrond, "I keep none for myself," you know, because Aragorn gave everything to humanity, and it's just like Captain Levi literally gives everything to humanity. His whole team and Petra, who he apparently loved, got wiped out by the female Titan. But he did not stop to seek revenge on the female Titan. And the only time he looked back was when Petra's body fell off the wagon. And so it really goes to show his drive and his dedication to humanity's cause. And so it really upset me when I learned this. You know, in the last episode, I did mention what Commander Erwin's actual plan was. I thought that this whole expedition was to get Eren to the basement, but Commander Erwin actually came back after the fight. I was a little bit confused as to why that was so, why he came back. But you know, I had a bit of time reflecting as I was editing as well, and I came up with some options as to what I thought could be what actually happened. So I think if Commander Erwin actually did go out there with the intentions of purely getting Eren to the basement, okay, that was option A, that was his actual plan for the expedition. Or he went out to test to see if he could flush out the rat. If he only told specific people about this expedition, then maybe he would be able to flush out who the rat was if they knew exactly where Eren would be. So those are my thoughts on what I think Commander Erwin's actual plan was, just to flush out the rat. You know, when we saw Zorni and Bean die, he ominously came up to Eren from behind and was like, who's the real enemy here. And so he must have been looking at everybody's reactions to see who killed Sawney and Bean. And so he must be trying to find who the rat is, because if they identify the rat, then hopefully less lives are lost. Anyways, those are just my thoughts. But let's get to this episode and see what happens. I'm assuming this is the kind of training Annie had before we saw her in her first episode where she kicked Eren's ass. Okay, and so I'm assuming the guy who's training her is her dad. He's very tough on her. Oh my god, I'm assuming this guy is one of those guys that believe that God created the walls. But my original theory is that someone created these walls. Okay, someone, not God, created these walls. And it would have taken years, you know, to make these walls. I'm really curious to know how or who created these walls. I said in my previous videos that I think it was the Titans, because there's just so much we don't know about them, and like there's so much knowledge that is not available. They're not allowed to read them. And so why is this knowledge forbidden, you know? When we last saw her, she was deciding where she was going to go, and I actually thought she would join the Survey Corps, but no, she's here with the military police. Okay, so that guy's just said that Annie is the only one who's been in a fight, so none of these guys have been in a fight with the Titan. Okay. I mean, isn't he in charge? Like, he's handing over the job to a rookie. At least the superior has to oversee them. It seems to me that he actually agrees with what that guy is saying. I mean, he makes sense. The supervisor obviously appears to believe the same thing. And so I guess the only way he could make anybody do this job is to force it on a rookie, because I'm sure if he went to ask an equal, they would be like, no, this job is silly, because why do we need to be watching them? There's no criminals, and they obviously assume nothing's going to happen. Oh, okay, so when he said we're busy, they're actually just playing cards and drinking. You know, when I see this, it actually annoys me a little, because, you know, the Survey Corp are actually out there surveying the land, trying to defeat these Titans, and also trying to learn more about these Titans, you know. They're actually actively trying to do something, and it really upsets me, because whenever they come back, the townspeople are always like, oh, they're just taking all our money out to fatten themselves up. But you can see that the Survey Corp are actually really fighting and trying to help humanity. But then when I see the military police sitting and playing cards, that supervisor, he had like stubble on his face and looked like he hadn't maybe showered in a few days. It just annoys me a little, you know, like how much the Survey Corp get, even though they are doing their best and they're losing their lives, you know, whereas these guys here are the ones who are actually fattening up on the money that is being given to them. When I hear Marlowe saying this, one word that comes to mind is young, you know. He's so young, optimistic. He thinks it's that simple to correct corruption. I wish it was. From what I've seen in TV shows, it's never that simple. And in fact, those with power from corruption, they want to hold on to it even tighter. You either end up with as dirty hands as them, or you just end up dead, because, like I said, those in power want to stay in power, and it's not just going to be as easy as moving up the ladder and getting rid of the corruption. But you know, I do love his enthusiasm, and it is very honorable and noble what he wants to do, and I hope he can do it. I just know it's not as simple as what he thinks it is. But you know, it obviously also shows that he's a good guy, and let's hope he stays that way. You know, Annie confuses me so much. Like, when we first met her, she said all those who were training there were idiots. And so she must see herself as an idiot too, because she's there training as well. But she also says that if you go against the flow, that takes a lot of courage, and she respects that. So I don't know, I think Annie is a little bit confused as to what she wants. I think she obviously respects those who go against the flow. I think that she actually wants to do the right thing, but as we saw earlier, she just wants to survive. And so maybe she doesn't like herself because she's joined the military police. I think Annie is a good person. I just think she's a little confused. It's so quiet. So is the inner city usually this quiet? Oh, what's going on? Oh, they're selling the equipment on the black market. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, this will only end up badly for you, Marlowe. Oh, come on, seriously. He is already down. Like, that's not necessary. Oh, Annie's going to help. You know, I really like Marlowe, and I think what he did is very noble. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And so he did do the right thing in the end. It's just unfortunate that the corruption there is just so bad that they can actually do that in broad daylight. That must show how deep the corruption is. Oh, and he stopped him. See, I think Annie is a good person. Like, she stopped and helped Marlowe. No one else did. I actually kind of like Hitch. She's obviously very situationally aware as well. These guys sold those weapons not only in broad daylight, but in public with everybody watching. God, the corruption there must be that bad that citizens inside that city just are like, yeah, it's just a Monday. See, when she says that she'll help him punish those who corrupt, it shows to me that she actually wants to do good. I think she respects Eren because she wishes she was as courageous as he was in going against the flow and having such conviction in knowing what he wants. I think that's what she likes about Eren. If this was Eren, if Eren had joined the military police instead of the Survey Corps, he would have seen the corruption firsthand. He would have seen how lazy the military police actually are. He has such a hatred to Titans. They killed his mum, and he hates Titans with such passion. But I actually think that if Eren had joined the military police and seen the corruption that humanity was capable of, I don't think he would have stayed. I actually think because of his drive to take revenge on the Titans, I actually think he would have just left humanity to try to kill these Titans on his own. And humans would have just benefited from him, but he wouldn't be fighting for humans, really. But yeah, that's what I kind of think would have happened if Eren had joined the military police. But then again, she also would see herself as an idiot who's just following the flow. But there is no shame in just wanting to survive. I don't know, Annie confuses me so much. I thought when we learnt about her in the first episode, her dad has a hand in politics, and so that's why she has some knowledge of politics. And so I just assumed that she wouldn't be uncomfortable I don't think she'd be like extravagantly well off. I just didn't think she would be uncomfortable. And so when she says she wants to see the weak who get swept up with the flow get seen as humans as well, she obviously, I'm assuming, considers herself as weak because she's just going with the flow. But she wants those who are corrupt or in power want to see the weak as humans. She obviously has a lot of internal conflict. I just don't understand what she wants. Maybe she's in the military police as well to do what Marlowe's doing, to get into a power, to help those who are vulnerable. We don't know much about Annie's upbringing, so I'm assuming that this has a lot to do with her upbringing, and I wonder how she was treated. Was she in a similar situation like Mikasa? Was she sold and whoever bought her trained her to fight? Like, I feel like there's a lot more to Annie than we know, because I think she just wants to be seen. Okay, so here are the survey corp. Oh, who was that? Oh, it's Armin. You know, I meant to say it in my previous video. You all know that I am a massive fan of Armin, but I also wanted to say that when we were getting glimpses of Armin, it really goes to show how smart he is and how much he can think like Commander Erwin. And so I think that's obviously a good skill to have, because that goes to show he has potential to moving up in the ladder, to even getting to where Commander Erwin is, or actually even further, because he's so young. So he has such a massive way to go if he chooses to. The fact that he was able to think like Commander Erwin, put himself in Commander Erwin's shoes and think, okay, this is why we're doing this. So he must know why they went outside the wall then. Yeah, I feel like Armin must know why they went on that expedition, because I initially thought that that expedition was just to get Eren to his basement, but then they came back, and so I'm assuming Armin knows the answer anyway, because he can think like Commander Erwin. Oh, okay, so he's asking for Annie to help him escape. Now, if he thinks that they need to get Eren out of there, it must mean that he thinks that Eren might be put to death. And so if he thinks like this, then Commander Erwin must also be thinking like this. To be honest, I don't know why they're handing Eren over. Eren didn't do anything. I mean, that's good. Like, if it's just himself, Mikasa, and Eren, they can definitely escape. That'd be good. See, Eren will be killed. He must believe that, yeah. Of course he's going to be willing to make such a big wager. He loves Eren. Eren is his best friend. Oh, okay, so that's why he needs Annie. He needs Annie to get through the checkpoints within Wall Center. Armin is talking about a good person, and my understanding of it is that just because, say for instance, Eren, the humanity would see him as a good person because obviously he's fighting for them, but the Titans would see Eren as a bad person because they're killing his people. But then Armin's saying that if she doesn't help him, then she's a bad person. But I actually think, Armin, you putting her in a position which could jeopardize her position within the military police because she's just a rookie, that actually makes Armin the bad person in this situation, because he's asking a lot of her and he's using their friendship to do that. Oh, she's agreeing to help. I mean, now Armin looks a little bit like sad and maybe ashamed of what he's doing. I get he wants to help Eren. Oh, Jean's taking Eren's place. I hope Jean doesn't get into trouble like when they get to the court and they realize that it's actually Jean, not Eren. What's it going to be like? Surprise! I feel like if the military police learnt that this happened, they would be annoyed with the Survey Corp. Oh my god, Eren. He's just saying that Jean has a horse face. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Wouldn't it have been easier if they'd escaped before they got here? Oh, okay. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Although I feel like Stowes would be hard for the Survey Corp to get their bearings, but those inside Stowes who live there, it would not be that difficult for them. They wouldn't get that lost. Armin just said that going along with it rather than outright opposition would prevent suspicion. But I kind of feel like I would actually be more suspicious if they were doing what I said. I would expect them to plan to do something. That's what, if I was the military police. Oh, where are they going? What's under there? So the remains of an underground city are still down there. Okay, so did they build War Center on top of another city? Or did that city just, was there an earthquake and then that city got destroyed and so they just decided to build on top of it? Is that what happened? Oh, Annie's not going down. Like, the look in her eyes says that she is actually afraid of going down there. Maybe she is afraid of the dark. I mean, everybody's got a fear. No judgment. I actually am afraid of the dark. When I go to new hotels, I actually have to leave a light on because I do get scared. Oh my god, you're not weak, Annie. You kicked his ass when we first saw you. A girl who can spin a man around in mid-air isn't weak. What? What does Eren mean by that? Like, the only time we've seen Annie was when Annie kicked Eren's ass when they were in training. She didn't swing anybody. And the only time we saw a man being swung around in midair was with the female Titan. That is true. There hasn't been anyone around in a while. Oh wait, and the Survey Corp. Oh, the Survey Corp are on the roof. And who's that hiding behind the barrels and the boxes? Is that the townspeople? Are they all in this plot to help Eren escape? Did Commander Erwin plan this to help Eren escape? Why is Armin's hand shaking? And why does he have the signal flare? They only shoot the signal flare to show that something's happening or it's not going according to plan. And Armin is looking at her with fear? Oh my god, what? Oh my god. What? Wait, is this a trap? Oh my god, is this a trap? Is Annie the female Titan? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, Annie is the female Titan and this whole thing has been a trap. Oh my god. Oh my god. My god, I think Annie's lost it. Oh my god. She's doing that anime evil laugh. Oh my god, everybody is like coming for Annie now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, so that was the end of episode 23. I told you guys in the previous video that I thought Annie was the female Titan. But like, the only reason I thought that was because they both had blonde hair and they both could fly. And so that wasn't enough of a conclusive evidence for me to be like, bam, she's the female Titan. Now I want to know, when did this happen? Like, how did they figure out that she was the female Titan? And was this all part of Commander Erwin's plan from the very beginning? When did it kind of come together? You know, I am a little bit sad that Armin did that. I don't know, I guess because I like Annie. She's actually one of my favorite characters because I think maybe on some level I kind of understand her a little. I'm still in a lot of shock from what just happened. So if Annie was the Titan, that means that Annie was actually going to kill Reiner. Like, I remembered her with Reiner in her hand, and because I remember this episode because like I like literally died when I thought that Reiner was dead. She had him in her hands and she was literally about to kill Reiner, and she killed all those people. I don't know. She sees herself weak and just going with the flow. And so I feel that she's simply doing what she's told. And that's why I kind of feel sorry for Annie, because I feel like she's just a product of her situation, you know? And I can see she's conflicted. Now everything kind of makes a little sense, where she says she just wants to survive, but you can see this whole entire episode, we could see how confused she was, because obviously she's on the side of the Titans, but she also wants to help Armin. And so, I mean, that's the only reason why Armin's plan was successful. Let me know what you thought about this episode, if you'd been dying from the moment we saw the female Titan appear in the episode to tell me that it was Annie. And when I did kind of accurately guess it, were you like, I was right? But anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please hit that subscribe button and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.